How's it going, YouTube? So, this is my first video. Never made a YouTube video before, but hell, I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see how this works for me. Alright, so I just want to get on here, talk a little bit about I guess there's a lot of people out there who have gone through the same thing that I'm going through right now, or that I've dealt with, and maybe they need a little bit of help or a little bit of guidance to help them get through. My name's CJ. I live in South Carolina, and I've been through quite a bit of crap in the 25 years I've been on this earth. I grew up in an abusive home where drugs and alcohol abuse were a normal thing. Eventually I grew up, I had a child at 17 years old. My daughter will be 8 this year. I quit school. I got my GED. I started working really early in life, and it hit rough patches here and there. I've moved from state to state, chasing, trying to be with my family. In a way, and I've gotten married at 25 years old. I've been married for 3 years, and now I'm facing a divorce, against my will, that is. And I've faced drug addiction. I've faced, countless temptations of different things, and I've done different drugs, and I've let myself go down the wrong path. I've followed the path of Jesus and gone to church, and I fell away and backslid a few times now, and right now I'm currently going through, I guess you could say I'm cleaning my act up again. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you face in life, just know you can pull yourself out of it. You can get out of it. You can make your life better. You can better yourself. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter what anyone says to you, they call you a piece of shit. They can tell you you're worthless and that you'll never make it. It doesn't matter what other people think of you or what other people say to you. What matters is that you keep your mind focused, and if you want something, if you truly want something, you'll do whatever it takes to make that thing happen. Me? Let's see, 4 years ago, I moved to Pennsylvania, but my daughter's mother had moved to Pennsylvania and taken my daughter from me, so I followed her. I chased her down. Me and my wife, at the time was my fiance, we moved up. I got a job, got a really good job, started making really good money. The only problem was my boss was a heroin addict. Well, because I make bad decisions, and I'm not the smartest or the brightest crayon in the box, I guess you could say, he had convinced me to try it, which led to me being hooked on it. It was my choice. I did it myself. I became a heroin addict. I became a junkie. I did things I never thought I would ever do. And I think it really hit me hard when I got a call from my wife one day. And the guy that I was getting my drugs from had called my wife and told her everything. And the night before, I had robbed a drug dealer in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He told her that too. So she calls me crying, all upset, asking me how I could do this. How could you do this to me? And it hit me. What the hell am I doing with my life? What am I doing? So I called my mom, who lived down here. I told her, look, I need to come home. I've got to do something. I've got to change. So I came home. I came home to South Carolina from Pennsylvania. That night, like 4 o'clock in the morning, I left. I left my daughter, my wife, and everything behind to come get clean, which I did on my own. Quit cold turkey. I put the needle down, and I went through some of the worst things I've ever gone through in my life. Worst pain, worst feelings. The thing is, though, I came out of that. I got better. I started working, and supporting myself, taking care of myself. And my wife eventually moved back down here, and that very year, my daughter's mother decided that she was going to let me have my daughter for her first year of school, which was the most exciting thing in the world to me as a dad, to finally be able to have my child 1 year, a full year, And so she came down here. She went to kindergarten here in South Carolina, right up the street from where I live. And it was amazing. Well, somehow I let myself make another stupid decision and got hooked on pain pills. Yeah, bummer. Not really far from the first addiction, I guess. Well, I've struggled with that addiction for a lot longer than I did the heroin. Now, nobody knew at the time, you know, when it first happened. And during the summer of my daughter's first summer, after her first year of school, it turned out me and my wife were separated. My wife had moved back to Pennsylvania as well, so I was living down here by myself. Well, when my daughter went to Pennsylvania, she was there about a week before she started the first grade. They found my daughter's mother had passed away. I can't say on video how it happened, but because you know, I don't want, there's some people who don't know. So she had passed away. So I had to in an emergency, had to go up to Pennsylvania and get my daughter. Me and my wife reconciled, and she moved back down here with me. I was still taking pills, but nobody knew. Well, slowly but surely it came out that I was on pain pills and this, that, and the other, and I make mistake after mistake. Money was going missing, and I couldn't explain it because I was spending money on pills and lying to people about it, and just so much stuff. You know, I had lied, and I built this fantasy in my head, I guess, where I almost believed my own lies. I was telling lies daily, lying about everything. It didn't matter what it was. It could be from the color of the sky to the color of my skin. I lied about it. It didn't matter to me. Did whatever I could to cover my tracks. Well, lo and behold, it leads to another separation. And I believe that this time, my wife is gone for good. But I can't blame her, and I can't blame anyone else. I blame myself because I'm the one that made the decision to take that first pill. And see, the problem with most people is when you get addicted on drugs, you point fingers and you blame everyone around you when in turn it's your fault. If you're hooked on something, unless it's because a doctor prescribed it to you and then just cut you off, if you are addicted to something like meth, cocaine, you know, crack, whatever it may be, that is your fault. You have to take responsibility for your actions. You chose that. Don't try to convince yourself or try to convince other people that it's anything but that. You chose that. But what I'm here to tell you is that you can choose to do the opposite. You can choose recovery. You can choose to be better. Right now, I am 2 weeks without one pain pill. I know that may not seem like a lot, but for me, that's a lot. Okay, because I was taking a lot a day. More than enough to probably kill most people. So, I'm telling you that you can do it. I'm doing it, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to get better. And see, with everything going on in my life lately, it makes it a little bit harder for me, because a little over a month ago, my best friend was killed on a motorcycle, in a motorcycle accident. My wife left me a week later, and I totaled the car. That was hers, of course, her car, totaled her car, lost my best friend. And then 2 weeks after she leaves, I got a call from the doctor's office, and I've been not diagnosed, I guess, yet, but they think I have cancer in my face, that I have a tumor in my sinus cavity. So all these things are just adding to my depression, but I'm choosing to fight it. And if I can do that, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. I'm a strong believer in God, a strong believer in Jesus Christ, and I know that He helps me in everything that I do. He helps me every single day. He helps me push forward. He guides my steps, and He's the one that's helping me beat this. There's no doubt in my mind that there's anything else. And He'll help anyone who asks for it. He forgives anyone who asks for forgiveness. My God is an all-powerful God, and He will take care of you. And if you choose to follow Him and choose to believe that He is who He is, the Lord will make amazing things happen in your life. He'll make you be able to deal with and handle things that you never thought you could before. And when all this stuff started happening to me, I felt like my whole world was just going to end. I felt like I was going to fall to pieces. I felt like I was just better off just going out back and shooting myself in the face. But as I pray and pray and pray, and time slowly passes, yes, the pain's still there. Yes, I'm still hurting pretty bad. But my God is guiding me and he's holding me, and he's taking care of me. He's making sure that I'm going to be okay. And to me, that's the most important thing. That's what's helped me get through all this. Right now, my daughter's in Pennsylvania at her grandfather's house for the summer, for part of the summer. You know, my wife and I had just bought the house right next door to where I live now. So I'm forced to see her every single day as she ignores me and treats me like I don't exist. But I'm not going to let that bring me down, and I'm not going to let that take my joy and my peace away. And it's taken me a long time to find the peace that only God can give you. So once I found that, I'm not going to let anything else take that away. Not my circumstance, not my past, my situations. And that's where you have to make that decision that you're going to do better, that you're going to make things happen for yourself. You can't sit around waiting for somebody to hand things to you. That's what I did for so long. Nobody ever handed me nothing. Not that helped anyway. People gave me, and gave to me, and gave to me, actually. More than they should have. And all that did was enable me and push me further down. It's not until you stand up and help yourself that you truly start to see change, and you truly start to feel better on the inside. If you're fighting that addiction, or you're wanting to quit that whatever drug you're on, or whatever it may be, alcohol may be, you got to make that first step. And the first step is admitting that you have that problem and that you want to do something about it. I mean, I'm on here making my first video, and I'm hoping that I help somebody. If I don't help but 2 people that are struggling, I mean, at least I help 2 people. To me, that's what's important, helping others. That's what makes me feel better. And I'm telling you, if you need anyone to talk to, if you need advice, or you need somebody to walk with you through this, if you're struggling, then feel free to hit me up. I'm here, I'll listen, I will reply. I'm not like a lot of these other people on YouTube who say that and then you can't get a reply from them. Yeah, just, you gotta believe that you can do it. That's the first step. That is the first step. You gotta take responsibility for the things that you've done, and not point fingers, not blame other people, but understand that you were the one who did this to yourself. But I think that's all for this video. I've already gone 12 minutes, so a little longer than I thought I would be. But I think I'm gonna start doing this on a daily basis. So just check back in with me. Please subscribe, and I will be posting more videos, hopefully at least 3 times a week. That's what I'm gonna go for. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. God bless you. Keep your head up.